bro, Spider Avenger Miller. Today, I have a special one that that was not anticipating to come out at all, but I found it and I'm happy. We are looking at the Nerf Zombie Corruptor, a bolt-action 18 magazine-fed blaster, which actually performs pretty well. So let's get into it. Included with the Corruptor is the blaster itself, the priming arms, 22 darts, 18 round mag, and instructions. The bolts themselves can be easily snapped into the blaster, but these are not designed to be removed. Once inserted, they cannot be removed. External overview of the blaster. Starting up at the front, there is no instruct barrel lug. Up above, we do technically have somewhat of an iron sight, but this is a very vague iron sight. There's no corresponding rear iron sight, so you're kind of stuck trying to aim with it. Down below, we do have a tactical rail under here, but we also have one at the top. So if you wanted to clamp on your Nerf attachments, you totally could. And this looks okay. It doesn't look the best, but also this attachment doesn't really work the best for it. So I'd recommend if you wanted to throw on another attachment, just throw on a tactical scope. Down below, we do have an unjamming door. You can just flick that down, and that allows you to get your fingers in there to clear our jams and malfunctions. I've not had a jam or malfunction with this blaster. And then down below, we do have the priming handles to prime. You do that. The prime action itself is actually pretty smooth, and it works really well. It feels really nice to prime this. However, the priming handles themselves, they do feel a little wobbly, and that's just due to the fact that they're running off the same design as the BASR, and so it's not the smoothest. And over on this side, we have an unjamming door. After you prime this blaster, you're not able to prime it again. Flicking this allows you to enable that lock, so you can prime again to clear out a jammer malfunction. Again, I've not had a single jammer malfunction with this product, which is what surprises me. And now down to the triggers. The trigger pull on this one is actually pretty smooth, and this blaster does have slam fire, meaning you hold down the trigger, and when you prime and return, it automatically fires. Again, this feels a lot like a BASR. And then also down to the magazine release. To remove the magazine, you have to prime the priming handle back, and then you take out the mag. The included magazine is a 18-round magazine. I am so freaking happy we're getting these back. And this one actually feels good. I'm actually commending them on this one because this feels solid again, and I'm very thankful for that. Nerf has been kind of lacking a little bit on their magazines. But one major complaint I do have is the magwell itself. So sometimes if you're trying to insert the mag, like right now, it's not even stuck in, and sometimes you have to push it. And issue I've had is if I put it in or I shove it in too hard, this priming handle snaps forward and inevitably deprimes itself, which I really don't understand why. It's confusing, but it's okay. But that is one major complaint that I have. And now down to the grip. The grip on this blaster is actually pretty comfy. It's a little smaller than average, but this grip is not bad at all. Like a younger and older person could use this just fine. It's an A-B grip, which I really respect, and it's overall really decent. And now back to the stock. This is a fixed in place, non-adjustable, non-removable stock. And one cool feature is it has dart storage. Now the dart storage in this is very, very good. Like, I'm very impressed with it. It feels good to put darts in here, but also you could do some hardcore parkour and they're not going to fall out at all. And I'm really thankful for that. Well, that's an external overview of the Zombie Corruptor. And going over the cosmetics, it actually feels pretty good. Now, it is really small. It feels a lot like a carbine, but what I respect more is there's paint on both sides. Thank you, Hasbro. But let's show you this thing firing. Starting off with the included elite darts. Sling fire. some waffle head darts. Slam fire. That was broad. So overall, firing this thing was actually really fun. It's a pretty fun plinking toy, if I'm being honest. Now, explaining what happened with the waffle head darts. The waffle head darts inside a long barrel like this, it actually does not feed the best, and it's because the foam is so unibody with the head that it can actually drag inside the barrel. So be a little cautious with darts on waffle head darts. I'd recommend actually X shot darts would probably feed a lot better in this thing. And put this thing over the chronograph now, it's getting an average of 75 feet per second, which is pretty solid actually for this blaster. I was not expecting it to hit that because Dr. Flux got his hands on this and his was all over the place in low 50s to about low 70s to mid 60s. Mine accurately hits 75 FPS, and I'm quite impressed with that. Well, that is all the objective information I can provide in this blaster, not in my personal opinion. With adequate firing velocity, I can't say there's any objective reason to not purchase this blaster. It does well, it performs well, and it's a pretty solid shell. Now, I personally won't be using this in a war. It's too small, and the magwell is the biggest gripe that I have against using this thing. However, I really think a kid would enjoy this. Like, this is a blaster that I feel like you can get for your kid, and he would absolutely adore it. It's well performed. I feel like it's pretty well priced, well, decent, but it's a very affordable option. It's really good primary, especially for them because this wingspan is not really appropriate like that. But I really think a kid would really enjoy this. So now to the question to buy or not to buy. If you are a performance-based nerfer, this is a pretty decent option on the market right now. Now, I don't think really any average adult would like this, but parents who are looking for an affordable or at least fun blaster that they think their kid will like, I highly recommend checking this one out. It's actually really fun. Like, I really feel like a kid will have fun with this because Zombie Strike is what got a lot of children into the hobby. So I would love to see if this one could be that kind of blaster for the new zombie line that gets a lot more kids into our hobby. So, on that regard, I think kids would be really happy with this. But that concludes my video for today. Thank you so much for watching, Dude Bros. If you want to buy one of these, I could try to see if I could put a purchase link in the description box below. It's a little hard, but also if you want the sources to where you can find this, I got this at Walmart for like 25 bucks, and I think Target will be getting them soon. But so far, Walmart is the only place where I know where you can get this. But check that on your own, or check that link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, Dude Bros. Much love, blast on, and stay tactical.